Here they come. Over here, Sparrow. Over here. Look at these precious girls. Were you guys having fun in the snow? Welcome back to another video. So I hope you all had a Merry Christmas first and foremost. Mine, we had a really great day. It was a very quiet, laid back sort of day. And yeah, it was a very white Christmas, as you can see. We have been having so much snow. You know, one of the things I've been thinking about is, gosh, we've had so much snow that wouldn't it be fun to take up ski joring, which is where you have, you know, your horse in a harness, you've got some skis on. Definitely seriously crossing my mind. I actually went to this a webinar where it was all about ski joring and the equipment, how to get started, all that stuff. And I'm seriously thinking about it. But, you know, it is kind of, I've got to start from everything. I don't have a harness. I don't have skis. I don't have like all the things. So maybe next year. All right, here's the new thermometer. I figured this would be good to have because it has both Fahrenheit and Celsius. And quite a few people are actually from other countries. If you're watching from another country, let me know, because I think it's really cool to see people from New Zealand, England, all over the place just here. So welcome to Vermont. I've got to do some mucking. Everything's frozen, so mucking takes a lot longer. Actually, we're gonna feed the horses again. Here's Pippin to join us. Hi, Pippin. Hi, baby. Oh, here comes Yoda. Hey, Yoda. You kittens are so cute. So these guys are so funny. They don't come out. When it's cold, they don't come out so much. Unless I'm out, then they like to join me, especially Pippin. Hi, Pippin. You're so pretty. You're a pretty kitty. Yeah, you are. Oh, Pippin. Okay, let's go get the ponies a snack. So the other big thing I wanted to talk to you guys today about was having sold Raven. What's the plan for Sparrow? So I do want to talk to you guys about that as well. All right, I'm already cold. Here's the food truck from this morning. I just left things. Oh, burr, 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 burr. I just tripped. Ugh. Snow down the neck. Ugh. Sparrow's like, what the heck? At least it's a soft landing. All right, so we're gonna go up and muck while there's still a little bit of daylight. So winter's hard. Not only are the days shorter, but the sun sits so low that it's usually behind the trees. Usually comes up, stays behind the trees, and then I have like maybe like an hour and a half up to 2 hours of actual sunlight. And then it's back behind these trees. So it is extra hard if you're someone like me who needs sunshine in the life. Pippin, what are you doing? Pippin loves hanging out with the horses. All right, so for mucking, it's like a three-part job. So first you have to use this. So the first thing we have to do is break free all these manure piles. Then you've got to rake them all together, and then you can scoop them. Trying to train myself to use the other side, my other arm, doing this. All right, we're running out of daylight here. Winter's so hard. That's why I feel like ski touring might be a really good thing for me. It would definitely be nice to have a fun winter activity to do. It's so cold for much else. So anyway, I'm gonna put my hand back in this glove here and try. So Raven has sold. I talked about that in my last video, and yeah, there's a lot of questions running through my mind of what happens now, because she and Sparrow are definitely buddies. Like, how is Sparrow going to handle this? And that's like a big thought on my mind, and I've had all kinds of thoughts and ideas swirling through my head. And I'll just honestly, I don't know. We're still working that out. But now I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Raven leaving will be stressful for both of them, and it's something that I am thinking about for sure. Yeah, it's hard selling horses. It really is. And I think oftentimes we don't think about just like how stressful things like moves, travel can be for horses. So yeah, but thinking about moving forward, I'm just going to change arms here. So when Raven does leave, I do plan to have both Jaeger and Theodore here for Sparrow. And, before the boys went to the rental barn, so they go to a rental barn for the winter just because I don't have enough winter accommodations for them here. When they come back, anyway, before they left, Sparrow here, she was starting to really hit it off with Theodore. And Theodore is my leopard Appaloosa. And I didn't really suspect that they would get along so well because he can kind of be an instigator. But they were starting to hit it off. I'm really hoping that they can pick up where they left off, and be companions, because Theodore, he's kind of like going to be a steady Eddie. Theodore is my personal horse. He is going to be here. Jaeger, I will be listing for sale again. Now, I hesitate on listing him right away because there's some body work that I want to do with him. So a little side note, one of the things I have been learning about and I've come to understand that when you have a butt high horse, which is Jaeger is definitely butt high. He was that way when I got him as a 3-year-old. And I, at the time, thought that was something that he would grow into. And I now understand that when you see a horse that is downhill like he is, it's actually a weak thoracic sling musculature. So their postural muscles are actually not very strong. And so anyway, the front limbs aren't connected to the body through a skeleton. It's all musculature. So when that is weak, the front end of the horse tends to sink between the legs, and that's how you get that downhill slope towards the shoulder. And so Jaeger has that, and I would really like to. I had done over the summer some exercises with Raven to help her develop, and I was blown away by the results that I got from her. And I'm hoping to have the same effect on Jaeger, or just get him started, because one of the things that I find most discouraging when it comes to selling a horse is most people want a horse for what the horse can give them, rather than just appreciating and enjoying the horse for what they are. And I'm not saying that's everyone. Don't hear that wrong. But I feel like the vast majority of people trying to buy a horse, they want to start riding right away. Everyone says that they're patient, they'll give the horse time, blah, 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 blah. Everyone says that, but I feel like that's often not the case. And often, like, people, they just want a horse to do something for them. And I feel like, who's going to invest the time to take a horse like Jaeger? Who's going to invest the time to do that kind of, where it's all like in-hand walking, but it's going to take time. It's not going to be quick and easy. So I'm really just trying to take a step back with him and give him a thorough foundation before I relist him. So all that to say, Jaeger will eventually be listed for sale as well. And Sparrow, someone asked if she's going to be listed for sale. She's not. I'm definitely not selling Sparrow. That doesn't mean that she's going to be with me forever. So she really is more of a sanctuary type horse. And I've been like a sanctuary home for her. And I actually adore this horse. I just love her so much. She's actually my favorite Mustang of all of them. But she is more of a sanctuary horse. I don't think she'll ever function as like a normal horse would, if you will. But she's taught me so much about horses, about myself, and like where she has brought my own personal journey because of the lessons. It's just been incredible. But she's not going to be for sale. She might, however, end up someday in a sanctuary. I'm really having to think long and hard about like the best long-term solution for her. If I can keep her, I will. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If she ends up staying and if Theodore doesn't get along with her, honestly, I have considered getting her a miniature horse companion, seeing how that goes. But anyway, there's a lot to think about. I'm just spitting ideas at you guys. Don't take like, this is, I don't know. Nothing I say ever really works out. So, what do you guys hear? I don't know, but my hand is frozen. I'm going to go back inside. Anyway, see you next time.